Good morning. It's fantastic to be here in Mumbai. I first traveled to Mumbai back in the 1990s when I worked for Shell in the liquid natural gas industry, which is now a very fashionable industry. And I remember on my first visit being struck by the energy and the excitement of the city. But what I have seen every time I've visited since is more energy, more excitement, and more momentum. And just in the last few days being here, seeing the hoardings getting ready for the G20, seeing the cranes, seeing the new infrastructure being built, is very clear that this city and this country has huge momentum. In June this year, India will become the largest country in the world by population. And you have rates of economic growth that I can say we envy in Western Europe. And those benefits aren't just felt in India, they're felt right across the world. In the UK, India is the second largest investor into the corporate sector in Britain. Indian companies are active in sectors from steel to technology to pharmaceuticals. But what I think is so important now, at this critical juncture for the world, is India's voice on the world stage. Because as a country that believes in freedom, that believes in democracy, and believes in self-determination, you are going to be vital in the next few years. Because the reality is that the free world is in danger. Compared to 30 years ago, a smaller proportion of the global population is living in a democracy. We've seen the rise of authoritarian regimes across the world. And we're seeing the free world, particularly in the West, facing low growth rates following the financial crisis and following COVID. This is the time when we need new voices speaking out for democracy and speaking out for freedom. The reality is that in the West we've been complacent. Since the end of the Cold War, we all thought it would be the end of history, that somehow we could take freedom for granted, that we could encourage countries to be more free enterprise, and as a result, personal freedom and democracy would follow. We became dependent on Russian oil and gas. We allowed China to join the World Trade Organization, and it's still designated as a developing country.